Kia ora whānau. Kia ora. My gosh, this light is so bright. Kia ora. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm a little nervous just because I know I've been alive many a time before, but this is a little different. So, and there's a lot of light, so I'm going to have to wear my glasses because it's bloody bright. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's much better. Hopefully the connection doesn't cut out while we're out here. But yeah, just wait a few minutes before I open us up with a karakia. If you've been on any of my other lives before, mostly my Sunday lives, you'll notice that I like to begin with the karakia. So, nō reira runga tēnā. Me unoi mātou. E tō mātou matu i te rangi. Kia tapu tō mā, kia tau mātou rangatiratanga. Kia mea tētau e pai au ki runga i te whenua. Kia rite anō ki tō te rangi. Ho mai kia mātou ai nei, he taro mātou mo tēnei rā. Murua mātou hara, mea mātou hara mea mātou ke nei te hure harana kia mātou. Au ki mātou kau kia whakawaia, engari whakare mātou tiki mō nā rangatiratanga te kā me te kōrea ake, hamene. Oh my gosh. That is my nerves whānau. My gosh. I don't know if I should have this light on or not. But yeah, that's my nerves. I'm very nervous I tēnei pō, nā te mea ka whakaatu au I taku waituhi ki a koutou. Anō nei ka kōrero hea te whakapapa kei muri I tēnei. So, yeah, oh my gosh, I really choked during our karakia, but hai aha. What to say, Pana? So I don't know if anyone's seen my bit of a update last night, just with the release date and time. Oh my gosh, I keep blinking. Just with our release date and time. Yeah, god damn it. Oh, that's right. In the description it said that this will be my first time also seeing this painting. And I know that might be a little strange because obviously I'm the one who created this piece of art, and you know, I painted it and gave it its life. But there's an aspect of it that I haven't yet seen, and I'm nervous about that too, because that means if it flops, I've got a live video of it flopping. But then that also means if it doesn't flop, then I've got a live video. Yeah, what else? What else before the big reveal? So this painting took me three sittings, 3 sittings total, and a total of 4 to 5 hours to do. That might seem a bit rushed, but genuinely that was me taking my time. And the reason it took me so long was because obviously I got my 3 babies, and the only time that I can do this sort of stuff without my babies being hotutu with all the paints and stuff is when they're sleeping. So yeah, that's why it took me 3 attempts. Almost took me 4. On the 3rd attempt I went to go gather all my belongings and prep and set up to do a paint session, and my baby, he woke up, so then I couldn't any longer do that. But yeah, I'm not too sure what else I can share about it before the big reveal. But I just want to say, no Mauri, welcome. Welcome to my little art studio, I guess. And yeah. What else? Maybe I should mention that why I'm dressed up the way I am. I wanted to. So really, this is like a virtual. What do you call it? Virtual, but you know when you go out to open galas and let me sort of paint a picture. Your friend or your whānau have made a collection of art, and a gallery has agreed to showcase their artwork in. So then I want to treat this like that, but obviously online. So you know, when we go into those spaces and we go and showcase our art to the world and to our whānau and friends and peers, and we just want to, we're being vulnerable in a public place, and we celebrate with our whānau and friends when we do these sorts of things. And so that's what I wanted to do here on my life, and that is why I'm dressed the way I am, because as I've mentioned many times before, I don't leave my house. It's not that I don't like to, but it's that I don't like to. No, yeah, I just really have the opportunity to leave my house, so I like to dress in my own home and utilize what I have. I mean, I pay for it, so why not? So yeah, no more. Welcome to our open gallery. The reason it is this late at night is because these are my sitting times. This time is when I know my children will be definitely asleep, and I won't have to be too distracted on getting up and down to tend to my babies. Normally I would like my children to be here with these sort of things, but my 2 biggies with their dad, and I think it's quite nice. This is nice, it's chill, it's relaxed. So another reason why I'd like my bigger kids to be here is because my big girl, she's just like me too, and she loves dressing up and she loves doing the nines, and that would have been nice to have a little friend to do that with, but I'm sure there'll be plenty more opportunities in the future for it. So yeah, I don't want to spend too much longer. I want to give the big reveal now, and yeah, oh my gosh, okay. Alrighty. Okay. As you can see, it's much taller than I am. Oh no. Oh my gosh. I'm having a little giggle about my cooking. It's the first time I've ever done that. Fumbled it that bad, but yeah. Here she is, Whānau. So, you may have seen pinned to the top of my page me working on this. So that was my first setting. Yeah, and in that first setting alone, I smashed out half of it. But yeah, this is our mahi. This is the aspect that I have obviously seen. But yeah, before I get all comfortable and whatnot, have a seat and get a little more comfortable, I just want to point out a few things about her. So here, I don't have many non-Māori people on my friends list, but for my non-Māori whānau friends, the quarter, this design here is called a quarter, and she represents regeneration, peace, new life, and the ability to release what is needed to embrace, what is no longer needed to embrace new beginnings. So that is the koru itself. And then another distinct aspect of this is what they represent again is my whānau tree, my family tree. So this white koru here represents myself, and that is another reason why I am wearing white tonight. And this one here represents my children's father, and these three smaller ones represent my children. The height of each koru represents my children, beginning with the oldest. So of course, because my daughter's my oldest child, she is the tallest koru, and then coming down again, Vamwana, and then shorter again is my Pōtiki Tikarikura. But yeah, let's talk about it. Oh, one of my haruru fell off the kuruai. Kia ora. Kia ora, Misty. No mai. Hi, my sis. So yeah, this idea of this canvas, she may look all fun and bright and bubbly, but there's a much deeper meaning behind it, and this is that vulnerable side that I mentioned going into. So if you've been following my journey, along my journey over the last few years, what year are we now? We're in 25. So for the since November 22, then you would know that I've had to go through quite a terrible, quite a ugly separation with my children's father. And you would know that December 8th, 2022, I lost custody of my children. But you would also know that that is a result of when me and my children's father separated. Me and the children had left our home, and he had access to my computer, and with that access he had access to my email and all my personal accounts. And what he had done was he wrote an email from my email saying that I'm mentally unwell, I can't look after the children, and I give you full custody of our children. And then from my email he sent that to his own email, and he went and got a without notice parenting order, and I had 24 hours to then hand my children over to him. And yeah, so from then I spent the next two years fighting for my children back. Obviously, if you follow along on my journey, I go live often, and throughout all those court proceedings, lawyers' meetings, I went live and spoke about it in detail, quite in detail too. Yeah. When we separated as well, neither of us knew that I was pregnant, and it would have been fairly early days. Yeah, it would have been like right at the beginning. And yeah, so I spent all my pregnancy fighting for my children back. If you're aware as well that I live with PTSD, quite severe PTSD, so with that, people who live with PTSD tend to, when they go through new trauma, old trauma tend to surface, and then it's like reliving all of that again. So that, on top of being pregnant and losing my kids, was really ugly. Of course, the constant mental games and rubbish that my children's dad would do, as well as I also started, oh my gosh, my hair started falling out, like, yeah, I started getting my bald patches because of all the stress. But yeah, I can't remember. Near the end of last year, it was finally settled in the courts. And long story short, I regained 70% custody of my children. And so that's that. So yeah, going back to our Pikitia, why she is like the way she is. I hope when people look at this artwork, they see, or they get a thought of licorice all sorts. So that was the inspiration behind this Pikitia. Jeez, I wish there was some music. But yeah, anyway, a lot of those days, many of those days that I lived without my children, in our old house that we lived in, almost daily I used to drive past this house and they had, their mailbox was a giant licorice allsort. It's not the first time I've seen a mailbox like it, but yeah, I've seen another one again. And a lot of the times when I drive past it, I'd think of my kids like, oh my gosh, they would really like that. They'd really like that. That mailbox. And sometimes I'd even be like, look at the mailbox, like forgetting that they're not even with me in the car. So, and then the thought of it expanded, and I thought, oh my gosh, my children are like licorice all sorts. My children, my little babies, are like licorice all sorts. Just stemming from their cultural background. So if you know me, you know my children. My heritage is Mauri, Cook Island, Tahitian, and I've recently discovered my grandpa was German. Growing up, I thought he was Italian. Never met the man, but growing up, I thought he was Italian. Turns out they just lived at the Italian camp. Though I do have a lot of whānau, a lot of half Māori and Italian whānau. So yeah, I thought he was Italian this whole time. Turns out he's German, and anyway. So that's just my whakapapa alone, and then my children's father, he is Congolese. Yeah, that's it. He's just, I don't know what else he is. They say Congolese French, but I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense to me just because I know that the French colonized Congo. But yeah, I don't know. I just know that they are from, their father is from Congo. So yeah, every time I drive past this I keep calling it a lunchbox, this mailbox, I'd think of my kids and just be like, oh my god. Always think of my kids and how their heritage could could represent, like a licorice or sort. And yeah, I had this art piece sitting on my mind for a while. And it got to the point where I said, no, I can't hold it in no longer. I need to get it on paper. Oh, get it on canvas, sorry. I need to draw it up. So yeah, this is the result of her. Here, like I said in the beginning, this white piece, this white quarter here, she represents myself. And as you can see, her quarter is turned outwards and above the two children, my two older children. And this quarter here represents my children's father. And you can see that his quarter is facing outwards and above Te Kawikura. So what that represents essentially is both parents, we have our backs to face each other, and although my children were removed from me and I was removed from them, the connection is still well and truly alive. So that is why my children are faced in towards me. My two older children are faced in towards me. And the same goes for Te Kawikura and his father. At the moment, they still don't have much time together. Mostly so because Te Kawikura is still breastfed. But once he's finished breastfeeding, the plan is to have Te Kawikura be on the same parenting arrangement as my two older children. So yeah, again with the father, although they're separated, the connection is still well and truly there. Yeah, that's our art piece. So yeah, I have a bit of a surprise. This is the aspect that I haven't yet seen, and so yeah, if it flops, it's on live. If it doesn't flop, well then we're on live again to bear witness. So yeah, let me just get it ready. It looks much different than I envisioned. I mean, I like it. This is very different. Just gonna see how it looks on the phone. I need to see again how it looks on the phone. I knew the pink would pop. So I knew the pink would really pop. And the white, obviously. I love it. Like, I really love it. I do. I really love it. It's not what I was expecting. I think it's a cool surprise. I definitely wasn't expecting it to turn out like this. But I dig it. The colour scheme as well. So I chose, well, me and Amy, we chose the colour scheme. obviously she chose pink. Pink is her favourite colour. And then she chose green for Vamwana, orange for baby, and I think I just chose blue because I like the colour blue. So, and green was already up there, so okay. I like it. I don't know what I like about it. I mean, it's different. I just didn't expect it to be this different. I didn't have like any like expectations. I came into this fully blind, like didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect it to be as dark. I know that. I did not expect my painting to be as dark as what it is. I absolutely knew the pink would pop. I thought at least maybe the orange might, but no, it didn't. That is so cool. And I think it's I think it's a lot better too because I won't see this side of this painting that often. They're not, so then again that elaborates my thought process. Like, oh my gosh, there's a whole nother side to this. And obviously, this is my side of the story as the children's mother. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4 sides of the story, you know what I mean? So, yeah. It's pretty cool. But that's my thought process anyway. Most of my artwork is never surface level meaning. It's always a really horny meaning. So, or a really deep meaning. So, this is just one of them. This is what I have lived with over the last 22, so maybe 24. Yeah, since December 22. Yeah, so Ramona had just turned 1. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. It's almost a polar opposite of when the lights off and it's just regular lighting. This side seems quite dark, but with a little pop of light. And then when the light's off, I feel like it's more light and fun and bubbly, with like a little hint of dark. It's sort of almost like yin and yang. Almost like yin and yang. How there's the dark with a bit of light with a bit of dark. I love it. But yeah, it's been a very long time since I've done an art piece this big, and I definitely haven't ever really invested much into myself with this art piece. With other art pieces as I have this art piece. So if you see, I'm going to attempt to read it in the dark. But it was just the caption that I had put on it when I posted it back at the end of April. So I'm going to read the caption and then I'm going to elaborate on the caption, on what I meant. The magic of truly investing time into myself is unmatched, and I find myself, although in ocean waves, but still in this time phase, living my real life fairy tale fantasies. I am my main and only character. I'm an artist. I don't know many artists who don't have a deep meaning to their artwork, whether it's writing or painting. So again, a lot of my writing is like that. It's very like, what the fuck? Like, what are you on about? I've had that throughout my life many a times. Yeah, so let's just elaborate on it a bit. So investing time into yourself, obviously. I'm sure everyone finds magic in, healing themselves, and I think investing time into yourself is a part of healing. You can't heal without investing time into yourself. And so that's what I did with this kaupapa as well. Even though I'm not financially stable, and if you know, materials like these aren't cheap. So I had a fuck it moment. I said, look, this is something I need to do. I need to get off my chest, get it out of my head. I need to invest time in myself. And as a busy mama, 24/7, mummy 24/7, I don't get much time to do that. So when I did, I had to really seize the opportunity and do that. And that's what I mean by it's unmatched, because once you realise that, look, you need to look after yourself to be able to look after your babies. You need to heal so your babies can grow healed, rather than growing up and then repeating that same cycle. So when I really focused in and invested time into myself, that's what I meant by it's unmatched. There wasn't anything that could take me away from helping me to help our family. And then it says, although in ocean waves, but still in this time phase. So again, what I meant by although in ocean waves was, if we envision a ngaru, a wave, they come and then they go, and they come and then they go. And that's what I meant when I'm finding those little short moments to invest into myself. Like I said, this took me 3 sittings, 4 to 5 hours max. So, for example, one sitting is an ocean wave. When that finished, it went. And then the next sitting, again, another wave. And then it's gone. So, although I am investing time into myself, they are like ocean waves, where they just come and go, come and go. But still in this time phase, so obviously here and now. What else? I find myself living my real life fairy tale fantasies. So this part here, I find myself living my real life fairy tale fantasies. So that, I know it sounds like that is the what the fuck part, you know, fairy tale fantasy, like you're a grown ass woman. But what I meant by that was I find myself in my real life fairy tale fantasy. So we have a support system, right? And the idea is that, you know, when you've got a whānau, your whānau are there, they support you and love you, and they clap so loud for you that you know that you don't notice when no one isn't. I never really had that growing up. My mum and dad were just out doing their own thing. My mum would financially support me here and there. My dad would take me on holidays sometimes. But when it came to things that I was passionate about, I didn't really have that that awhi, and that I didn't really have anyone to help me nurture that for me. So then I've had to create that person for me. I have had to be that person for me, and that is my big fairy tale fantasy that I wanted when I was a kid. I just had to create it myself. And yeah, and that is sort of like how tonight I've come here, in the hopes that I could present this to you as like a virtual open gallery. And yeah, so that's that. I am my main and only character. Again, it sort of just sums up the whole investing time in myself, looking after me, to look after my family, healing, remaining healed, to raise healthy children, and all of that stuff. So yeah, that is the summary of that little caption that I posted when I first posted a glimpse into this artwork. Yeah. Another way I created that fairy tale fantasy was, you know, I presented, I like to dress up. Me and my son, we also dressed up. He also dressed up. He had his little suit and tie. I know, what did he have? He had a bow tie, suit and bow on tonight. And today also we went out and, let me turn our lights on now because this blue light is like, let me just get in the light. was hoping it would glow. Okay, let me turn these lights on. There's that one. So yeah, me and my son today, we went out and bought Mommy some putti putti. I'll bring them in the winter. Some nice pink putti putti. All a part of that Fairytale Fantasy. Yeah. I'm very big on, I've never really had someone celebrate me the way that I want to be celebrated, so I do it myself most of the time. And we went and bought us one of these. It's non-alcoholic, just a nice grape, sparkling grape, that I thought would be a nice finishing touch to wrap up our gallery, our online gallery. I don't even know how to open this. So, oh yep, no, we good. I don't normally get this one, so this will be interesting. Oh my gosh, I haven't had to open one of these in a very long time. Actually, I don't want to sit down and do that. What it pops in my face. God damn it. Cheers, man. So that's our artwork. I see a lot of our nursing sisters are here. Originally, this is what I wanted to do for my Kōwaio presentation, but yeah, it was a matter of finding time. Cheers, yes. It was a matter of finding time without my babies being little hotatus in the paint. But yeah, I don't want to be on here much longer. I do want to wrap up. Choosing 9 o'clock as a time was so hard to stay up till this hour, but yeah, I think I needed to, just so that my baby wouldn't be in and out and be hoha waiting for his mama. So yeah, I want to finish with a karakia. I have to Google because I bloody fumbled our karakia, and it's not like me. I've been on here many a times before saying the Lord's Prayer, and yeah, I think just because of the kaupapa tonight made me a little more anxious, but we got there in the end. I hope you all liked our painting and the kaupapa and whakapapa behind her. Oh, we haven't named her. I haven't named her. If anyone wants to help me name her, please do. I was thinking, like, I remember when I first started, the first sitting I had with her, I was thinking, like, because she was inspired by a licorice allsort and whānau intertwined, I was thinking, like, Rimarima or something like that, you know, something that's I don't know what it's called, but I know there's an English word for it where every word in the sentence begins with that same letter, and so that's where I was going with that. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I was thinking like Rimarima or something along those lines anyway. But if you have any name suggestions, please by all means flick them through. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be hanging her or auctioning her, only because I know if I auction her and someone buys her, feel like a little piece of my heart is going with that person, but at the same time that is just how it is. So yeah, let us pray. Kia tātou katoa, te tawhai tō tātou ariki au kraiti, me te aroha te atua, me te whiwhinga teitanga ki te wairoa tapu, ake, amene. Amene. Alliteration, is that what it's called? Is that what I was talking about with the same letter for each? I can't remember. Alright, my whānau, thank you for joining me. Yeah, thank you for listening in and popping in and out whenever you're pleased. I did see a lot of names coming through, but because I was back there I couldn't really see the name. But yeah, thank you whānau for joining us, and I hope you like Kia mahi. Kia mahi.